Okay, this recording is actually done after day one on Monday Night Raw. And of course, it was a big rumor that there was going to be a former champion and was going to be coming back to Raw after so many years. And I had a feeling I knew who it was. And as soon as we found out confirmation of who it was, this kind of made me think a little bit. And especially made me think about it this morning when I was talking to the Club Atlantis crew about what's possibly going on. Now, it looks like that Mr. Cody Rhodes might not be finishing his story after all. And I know a lot of fans really want the story to finish. I even talked about it for the last videos that I've done, and even the Club Atlantis crew admitted that even though we didn't really think that Cody was the dude, it just made sense for them to finish the story there, and just because it was all set up. This entire story was set up for the bloodline to end that night, but they didn't pull the trigger. So unfortunately, Cody Rhodes just got delayed. We thought it was going to happen eventually, but then of course CM Punk showed up, and then that threw a wrench into things, and then now we got The Rock. Now, even though people really want the story of Cody to finish because of all the history that he said behind it, it's probably not good. It's not going to go that way. The reason why I'm saying that is because The Rock versus Roman is a much bigger draw that can put butts in seats and sell tickets and even pay-per-view buys for those that don't have Peacock. It can sell tickets and make a lot of money. That is a bigger name between Roman versus Cody. It's a way bigger name. It's a way bigger match. It's way bigger than anything he could ever do. So if they honestly do go on to WrestleMania to have The Rock versus Roman, and it would make sense if The Rock won, because there's rumors that Roman Reigns is going to be off for a little bit, maybe for several months. So more than likely The Rock is going to probably win it. Now, I even talked about this with Irvin. He doesn't think it makes any sense for The Rock to take the title, but everybody was pleasantly surprised. On WrestleMania 28 was supposed to be the once-in-a-lifetime match, which ended up becoming twice in a lifetime. No one really knew or expected The Rock to win that night. And he ended up making John Cena pretty much eat crow the entire night. Like, he sat there on the end of the ramp looking all forlorn and sad and pathetic that The Rock took his title. So am I surprised there's a possibility that The Rock could take the title from Roman? Yes. It's like the OG Tribal Chief versus the Youngblood Tribal Chief. Now, having old versus new is the one thing that everybody loves. People love that more than David versus Goliath matches. That's something that's going to draw. That's something that's going to put butts in seats and people are going to watch. They're not going to really care much about Cody versus Roman because the mood has changed. The phase is passed on. Like, they had the possibility to pull that, to make that moment happen, but they didn't. And they passed on that, which I think was a mistake. But the fact that you got two major names that showed up within one towards the end of the year, into 2023, and one at the beginning of 2024, it ain't gonna happen. But there's also something that made me think a little bit more. Everything that Cody did, was it worth it? Was the investment worth it? You left WWE because they humiliated you, they humiliated your dad for many, many years. They even humiliated your brother. They humiliated your entire family. And not only were you not able to leave a character that you hated, you were forced to play him out as long as you were there. Just like how Cody's dad was forced to wear polka dots, but he made the best of it. He wasn't humiliated by it. He kept on pushing. But the fact that Cody Rhodes was pretty much humiliated night after night playing a character he hated, you leave. Not only did you leave, you started a wrestling company with several other wrestlers. You got funding from Tony Khan. Successful All In. I think it was All Out. Yeah, All Out was like the first actual event that they put together. And they did go all out. And it sold tickets. And this was all because of a bet from Dave Meltzer. Everyone knows the history of that. But the thing is, Cody Rhodes defied all odds. He left, created a wrestling company with Tony Khan, and that company was in competition with WWE for years, and in some aspects won, especially with the Wednesday Night Wars. You would not ever see that coming. But of course, he was not able to get to the position he wanted to get to. He wanted to be in that same position that Tony Khan was in. When he couldn't do that, and also he booked himself into a corner when he was no longer able to go after the AEW championship when Jericho won it. As long as he held it, he booked himself into a corner. So when he wasn't able to move and to progress like he wanted to and as fast as he wanted to, he left, went back to the company that humiliated him. And of course, they're going to capitalize on all that hype of him leaving the competitor to come to them. They're going to capitalize on that hype. They're going to drive him to the moon. And of course, they're going to pull the rug out from underneath him. And that's what they did for WrestleMania Night 2. They pulled the rug right out under him. That night was set up for Roman to lose. And they just pulled the rug from underneath him. And he never was able to go back since. He was in all these meaningless feuds that made no sense. He's in a feud with Shinsuke, which makes no sense now. Everything's been put in the back burner. So it makes you wonder, does that make the investment worth it? In my opinion, it doesn't. I mean, he probably capitalized off of that for maybe 6 to 8 months, but then it's nothing now. So was it worth it? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. In my opinion, I would have to say no, because I kind of knew it was going to go that route. If WWE treated you like crap from the jump, what makes you think the same company that treated you like that is going to respect you when you go back? After you caused them so much grief for leaving, going in competition with them, talking all that crap, making them look bad, and then coming back to them? You really think they're going to give you that same respect? In my opinion, no. This isn't going to benefit him. He's just going to remain stagnant. But the one thing I do hope for Cody Rhodes is that he's not going to be in catering and just have to sit there until they find something to do. Something for him to do. I hope that's not the case, because he came a very long way in his professional career. I hope that he continues to have something to do, but in my humble opinion, 2024 is going to be a very slow year for him. But guys, I want to hear your thoughts about this. Do you honestly think that Cody Rhodes made the right decision to leave AEW? Because in my opinion, I'm not really sure this is going to be a worthwhile investment, not in the long run. But that's just me. I want to hear what you guys think about this. Leave your comments in the comment section below. If you like what I do, if you like what I say, by all means subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends. I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.